Good morning, Mitt. Everyone's missed you. You want to come outside with us? It's really nice out. It's Wednesday. It's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Steve, ready? Let's do it. Where's Rex? I found him. He didn't want to get up. All right, let's do this. Mitt, you don't have to come on down, but Rex, you do. Let's go. What's the reluctance? It's beautiful out. Well, at least it's very comfortable. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Yeah. Wednesday. Not just any Wednesday. Are you purring? Because you know it's so nice out, and T-Rex is so happy. I'm so happy to have you back too, T-Rex. 3, and let's go. Out the door. No, not any Wednesday, but the warmest Wednesday in weeks, probably since the middle of October, and it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, November 26, 2025, and look at 56 degrees. It's the first time it hasn't been near 40 on my morning thermometer in a long time, and there's quite a bit of dew on there. Now, it did rain last night, but the dew point has jumped up into the 50s, so the otherwise cold surfaces from the weather we've had are causing condensation. So even if there was no rain last night, we'd have condensation. Very little wind, very beautiful sky waves way up in the sky. The air is 50 to 80 miles an hour. You can see those low stratocumulus moving from left to right. We are in the warm sector of really the entire eastern United States right now in New England. And the first blizzard of the season is occurring. While I was busy skiing, I didn't notice that a blizzard warning went up yesterday for northern Minnesota, the upper peninsula of Michigan, Gitchagumi. Lake Superior is 50 miles an hour with driving snow today. It's not the deepest low pressure system. It has more to do with high pressure to its north and to its west. And it's very cold high to the north. And on the south side, very warm air coming up the east coast. And there are the warnings. In the northeast, no warnings this morning, but there are some lake effect snow advisories going into effect. And this storm has pumped warmer air into central and southern New England. Here's the surface map from this morning with dual warm fronts on the east side of that blizzard low pressure center over Lake Superior. And so our air coming from the southwest at most levels of the atmosphere. And here is the temperature, black numbers, and dew point roundup from pre-sunrise, 6:30 a.m. And the temperature and dew point in the mid-50s on the south side of the front here in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. But you see the air drifting in from the north, Concord, New Hampshire, low 40s, and then it's very still further north, and the temperature and the dew point are 32. It's freezing fog in Rangeley, Maine. And I read the report on Mount Mansfield, a half-inch of rain last night where we were skiing yesterday. So that half-inch of rain was more than expected. And Brian in Mansfield, Massachusetts says he got a quarter of an inch of rain. So that's different than I expected. Thought it would be more rain south, but that snowpack was pretty dry and it's going to start snowing again in less than 24 hours. Here is the radar, and there's the snowstorm over the upper peninsula of Michigan. Some heavy rain just south of New England is moving east, and that's going to miss us. So it's not a bad Wednesday at all. Now, where the warm front has not come through, you're probably going to stay gray today. Central and northern New England, 40s, low 50s. But here in southern New England, a few spots may get to 60 degrees. So some of the warmest air of the entire month of November happening now. But it's going to be short-lived. Where are you flying to today? Mostly coast to coast. There's no problem. And like we've been talking about, I couldn't believe that there was going to be a coast-to-coast front on Thanksgiving with no action. And it's mostly in Canada and the northwestern United States that there's going to be action. So I'm really busy. Let's look at the snowfall amounts, thinking of how much I want to include. The snowfall amounts, not that impressive. Moose Lake in Minnesota, near the Michigan border. 8 inches of snow and still coming down. And I did check the winds on the shores of Lake Superior, and they are 40 to 50 miles an hour. So there is a blizzard verifying near Lake Superior, but it was still dark, so I didn't get any webcams. If I do see a webcam, I'll throw it in here of Lake Superior. And, you know, we just had that anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald. So it's these kind of storms that are written about and feared. And for New England, it is going to turn wintry and blizzardy
in parts of New England, but it's going to be very isolated. It's going to be very meso, not synoptic scale. And I think I'm going to undo the animals here and come right back. And we're back. So yeah, some great comments yesterday talking about localized. IF skiing at Sugarbush last couple of days. He said there was less snow at Sugarbush, and I had to dodge some rocks and some mud and some stream crossings, but it was quite enjoyable. So yes, I get irrationally exuberant because I travel to some of the finest skiing in the entire eastern United States there in northern Vermont. Sugarbush usually included too, but it's been mostly from Mount Mansfield to Jay Peak that's had this exceptional month of November. And also Mount Washington is going for the record, rivaling 1976 with snow coming back in before the end of the month. See if we can get that past 75 inches. I can't remember the exact record. And precipitation amounts, talked about it. So this gauge was kind of chilly, so that's why it's all covered with dew. And picked up a 0.4, so no drought going on near the TK. Next year's tomatoes right down there. Steve, that's about as far as you're going. Sorry. So yeah, I'm kind of in a hurry. A lot of things to do. I do have work to do, and I'm not baking a pie, but I may peel some potatoes today. So not a bad travel day from coast to coast. And the storm coming across southern Canada is going to be the storm that causes the most intense weather, and it's going to be highly localized in northern parts of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and also in southeastern Canada. So let's go to the GFS for the second day in a row, kind of right out of my playbook of how I thought December may open, but instead of focusing the coldest air over the middle of the nation, it's going to focus it over eastern Canada and the northeastern United States. And it happens starting, ready? Here's the cold front coming through. Low pressure goes to our north today. And you have blotches of green changing to blotches of blue. That would be a burst or a snow squall in northern New England for just about anyone tonight. And then it's initially drier air and not that cold, but it's getting very cold aloft. And we are tapping Hudson Bay, Canada, as the low to our north slows down and stalls. And we're going to have lake effect from central Canada all the way into northern Vermont with moisture and wrapping also from the North Atlantic. This is the exact recipe for an intense J cloud. J peak, Mount Mansfield could go from just a few flakes tomorrow morning to full-on steady snow tomorrow evening to a blizzard in the mountains from Whiteface to Mansfield to Mount Washington, including J peak on Friday night, and Saturday morning. That is a localized upslope and orographic lake effect assisted blizzard in the mountains. Otherwise, it's just windy and very cold with stray snowflakes making it all the way to the coast from Maine to Massachusetts. The high pressure goes to our south. Another major storm in the middle of the nation. There's the one that I thought was going to be a blizzard. Does not look like a blizzard, and it's coming in our direction. And much like we thought 48 hours ago, is holding together, despite 48 hours ago GFS said not, but that is now snow and rain mixed coming across New England, and every run looks more intense for Sunday afternoon. And any rain will be ending as snow as that front settles to the south and the load races off. Now here's where I think we may be wrong with the waves of low pressure coming from Texas and Louisiana across the southeastern United States and clipping southern New England, and then turning into a full-on nor'easter with the rain-snow line close to Nantucket on Tuesday. That's a major snowstorm for southern New England if this verifies. I don't think it will. I think it's too far south, and I think we should lift that whole thing about 100 miles to the north, bringing the heaviest snow to northern New England, and rain and snow in southern New England ending as snow as the coldest air on planet Earth comes across Ontario. Look at the 586 thickness. There it goes north of us with high pressure going to our north. Incredible record cold, lake freezing, pond skimming, ice forming on our lakes here with the 492 thickness. That is a tropopausal polar vortex over Maine next Thursday, setting the stage for backside warmth returning, but it's not warm, it's frigid, record cold, and that would be a warm front with snow returning to central and southern New England again, day 10. That's Friday, December 5th, and I'm pretty much breathless. I almost can't believe my eyes. I think that whole thing, that whole layer cake of snow and wind next week is going to adjust north, so we'll be watching that, but it's definitely would be a historic open to December. It would rival, I don't know, 1989 and also 1976. So some kind of December weather we have not seen in decades in our life, if this GFS is correct. Oh, and I didn't even look west on that. Yeah, big warm up in the western United States at that point. So waves are unpredictable. And I'll show the coast to coast snow, I guess. Sure. We are in week 4 of coast to coast North America snow, and the southwestern trough is still there. Some snow in the southwestern United States initially, but it's going to end up warming up out there. But I love that southwestern trough sending the energy our way with the highs cascading across central and southern Canada. So you have that ribbon of snow coming across the nation, that heaviest snow there near Lake Superior. That's mostly happening today and tomorrow. And then you get that stripe going across southern New England with more snow for New York City and Providence and Boston and Hyannis and Nantucket than Rutland, Vermont and Newry, Maine. That's what the GFS says. I would take that whole band and lift it 100 miles to the north. So ski season breaking out in southern New England next week also. And I'm not going skiing. I'm very busy. Picking up the new vehicle today. That's the end of the weather part. And dewdrops on rose petals. This poor rose. Maybe I'll bring you inside because we're going to have ice coming back to our bucket here by Saturday morning, if not sooner. And it's going to be a blizzard in the mountains. There'll be some wind hold issues, the tallest peaks. But again, it's very mesoscale, very localized. So if you live down below 1,000 feet somewhere, you get a few inches of snow. And my guess would be that Mount Mansfield's probably going to get about 15 or 20, and Jay Peak's probably going to get about 25 to 30 by Saturday afternoon. And then next week, I think we're going to have that again further north. So we call it yesterday's weather today. Did a couple of videos yesterday, traveled. So I won't show you the same videos of skiing, but some others. That was so fun with you, Carl, shooting there over a nosedive where it was just one of the best ski days I've ever had. Never mind for the month of November, just because it was soft, natural snow with moguls on nosedive. But I didn't get that video, but we do have some other video of all of us early in the day and then traveling south, and just no joy when you get back into the Boston traffic. But joyful to have Steve and T-Rex back. Yesterday's weather today and more.
And more. Tuesday, 8:04 a.m. We do this to beat the morning rush. Show up about 3 minutes later than the rest of the crowd. To the sunrise?
Of course.
Yes, the sunrise.
Sunrise
It's
it
the
is.
Weller way. Tuesdays are good if you can get them because this is the Tuesday crowd. Ronnie always with a smile, double-fisted, doesn't even need it this morning. Donna and Carl and Weir and Tim. This line is outrageous. Phil. Wonderful day. Carl did that. I saw it. It's on tape. So this is the TK weather experiment texture check. So there's the barb I made yesterday, and we're going to keep track of this throughout the winter. We'll see how much of this is here next time we get here. That's the 3 inches from a couple of days ago, and so on and so on. So you got to watch every day to see what's going on here. And there's the pre-Halloween layer.
Is that the steak right there?
That's what I meant. Blaine and Carl. There's Carl. The family. The Wellers. On Jake's ride. Don't see this every day. You know that brand, Spider brand? This is how it was inspired. Somebody going up a lift.
I'm like, dude, Jesus Christ.
I kind of feel bad for this guy.
Thanks, bro.
I don't know where the next meal is going to be.
I was like, dude, what is that a picture of? Like, am I dreaming?
I didn't know what to do with the spider, so just brought him up here. All right. I think there's shelter if you go down low in this bin, part of the TK science experiment. We'll see you in May, okay, or April. Where'd everyone go? All right, the temperature's going above freezing, and it's technically called warm air advection, even though it feels pretty cold. And it's air from the south, anyway, is what I'm saying. There's a warm front comes in. So it's a social morning. There's a great view of Mount Washington right now. 8:30 a.m. Tuesdays are good if you can get them. Chapel Glades off a toll road. Tuesdays are good if you can get them. Okay, that was fun. Time to go back south. Happy to see that those little slush puppy snowmen that are, I guess, made 5 days ago survived. They're not long for the world, though. We will rebuild, and we will be back, and it will look like that when we come back. When, I'm not sure that is, but it will be back pretty close to here within 10 days. It's going to be just as good or even better. Snow stakes right up there. Do we really have to leave? I guess it's my fault. So if we get back before New Year's, we're going to have Christmas decorations. Appreciate it. We'll see you then. And I just asked Scott and Andre if they had an image of the snow stake. And they're like right there right now. And they just sent it to me. All right. Thanks, you guys. Talk to you. Big red. Particular spaceship type clouds over there. Some cornfields over here. Fancy dashboard. What's our elevation now?
We got 472 feet right now.
Okay, 472, and we're going over the Connecticut River out of Vermont into New Hampshire. And the clouds are increasing as the sun gets low on the horizon, and there are no construction vehicles on the bridge. So most of the last 30 of the last 40 years I've been coming over this bridge, there's been construction vehicles. So that's some good news. And hopefully we get that rain to hold off, because I got another vehicle that I have to get in that does not have windshield wipers. Stay tuned. More and more. My guess is next cold front. Thanksgiving night cold front and this weekend's cold blast is when Wheelback fires it up. That's the guess. Back to you. Yay, I'm on Route 128 in Boston Metro traffic. No place else on earth I'd rather be. Right. So let's put this to bed. I see a hawk landing on a tower of lights, but you can't see it. So I'll just play that music and say, thanks for a great day. And why don't I just show a little bit of more of Carl and the nosedive glades. When we get out of those glades, there were some great powder bumps on lower nosedive like I've never seen, because it's all natural and ungroomed.
Happily ever.
Which is very rare.
Thanks, Carl. That was awesome. Oh, yeah.
Almost never happens before Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching. Talk to you tomorrow.